Shalom. Because of the discussion we had last time regarding where the word Elohim is being used in the Bible and it's not translating as God, I thought possibly it would be a good idea to go through Psalm 82. Um, Both because it kind of gives us some indication of how it's a bit of an different form of Hebrew, but you can kind of see how the Hebrew of the Bible flows together, and how when you are reading things in the Hebrew, you get a different flavor for it. So I just thought Psalm 82 might be some good context and practice for us. If you have any questions or you want to talk about it in detail, this is something I have discussed with various Christians. What exactly it means. Sometimes we talk about the idea of our heavenly Father and being a son of God, as of course in many ways all of us are, and as when this whole debate came up, actually, in apparently the Gospel of John, the there this came up, and Jesus actually referred specifically to Psalm 82. So I thought it would be a good thing to go through, um, to kind of give us a give us some sort of flavor for how the Hebrew is used. Okay, so Psalm 82, verse 1. Mizmor la'asaf, Elohim nitzav ba'adat el, beqerev Elohim yishpot. Okay, so this is uh, okay. So let's start off with mizmor, right? So zemer, the root here is zayin mem resh, right? And mizmor is a song, right? And so and here it's actually written b'milui. It's written with the vav. I don't believe it's always written with the vav, but and mizmor is a song, or here they're translating it as a psalm. Of course, the word psalms, as is used in the book of Psalms, is tehillah, which is slightly different it has a different root. But mizmor le'asaf. So mizmor means a song. The prepositional lamed here, usually we translate it as to Asaph. Asaph is a common name. It comes from the root to gather, but it is a common name in the Hebrew. And here, basically, it's saying that this is a song by Asaph. And this is kind of a note. It's not really part of the the song itself. You'll see throughout the songs, and in other places there are notes which don't appear to be part of the text itself, right? And Mizmor Asaf kind of it's explaining the song. It's not part of the song. Okay, so Mizmor Asaf, and here the translation is that as you will see in context, that we are actually talking. We are talking about God, and whenever we are using this word Elohim, which I won't say outside of the context of the verse, um, then it's always conjugated in the singular, right? And you'll see nitzav here, this next verb, is conjugated in the singular, so um, as opposed to when we are talking about um, about God's plural or powers or other things that that word can refer to, then it's not in the singular. It's in the plural. Okay. Um, Hopefully that ambulance going by isn't too loud. Okay. So nitzav, right? So nitzav. This is in the nifal, and the nun here is actually not part of the root. The root here, I would say, is tzadi bet hey, uh, and the hay uh, has absconded. Um, this is in the it's in the passive form. So nitzav is standing, has stood, right? They translate it as takes his stand. Ba adat ba adat. So this is the word. This is one of the names of God, right? Um, and you're gonna have to decide for yourself actually, because it's not so clear whether or not this is referring to God Himself. I would actually probably say yes, it is. But so the Eda here is in the construct form, so we know it's the next word is also a noun. It's being the construct, the smichut is, you have two or more nouns together that come up with one context, right? So this is Eda is a congregation that you have the prepositional bet. There is a patach underneath it, meaning that there is the article, right? And Eda, it actually comes, I guess, I mean, the root you may recognize, Ed means to test, means a witness, right? So an Eda is a congregation. It's also a group of witnesses, we would say. And so they're saying congregation of the divine, congregation of God, right? Ba'adat El, right? Okay, so, and then Bekerev Elohim Yishpot. Okay, so here it's obvious that we aren't talking about God anymore, because so you have the prepositional bet. Because there's a shva underneath it, there is no article in the Hebrew. Kerev means close, right? Among, they're translating bekerev as among, which is actually how you would do it. Gof resh bet. Is actually also the root for a sacrifice, korban, right? Hakrava, to sacrifice something, is to bring it closer to God in the Hebrew. So bekerev, and this is Elohim. This is talking about people who are strong, or even possibly angelic beings. But obviously, it's not talking about God itself, because we said previously in the same verse, God stands in the congregation of the divine, in among the gods they're translating. I would probably say the powers, the strong ones. Um, Yishpot. So the yud is telling you that it's in the imperfect, and the root is shin pei tet, which is the root. Mishpat means a law. Shoftim, the book of Judges, right? The Shoftim were the judges. So it's talking about making judgments, right? Okay. Um, so let's see how the King James translates 82 verse 1. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. Okay? And NIV, God presides in the great assembly. He renders judgment among the gods. Yeah, okay. Let's see what Chabad does with that. A song of Asaph. Oh, and you'll see that in both the King James version and actually the King James, I'm surprised it doesn't mention the note A Song of Asaph at all. I didn't realize the King James did that with these notes. With the NIV, they've kind of taken it out of the and put it as a kind of title there, a Psalm of Asaph. But in Jewish tradition, we don't do that. We just include it among what we translate. So, okay, a song of Asaph. God stands in the congregation of God. In the midst of the judges, he will judge. And so you can see the Rashi if you want, but you see that they're translating Elohim here as judges, which also we talked about when we were looking at Genesis 6. Okay, so verse 2. Ad matai tishpetu avel upnei reshaim tis'u sela. Okay, so this is actually something that shows up a lot. Ad matai. Ad is the preposition until. Matai is the interrogative. It's the word when. So ad matai actually shows up in the Bible several times. I don't know how many times, but it's asking how long are you going to keep on doing this, and it's a phrase of consternation. Okay, tishpetu, right? So we have the same root shin pe tet. The tough here is telling you that it's in the imperfect, and the vav at the end is telling you that it's in the second person masculine plural. Tishpetu, how will you judge, right? So it's asking, I guess the listeners, how long? Avel, they're translating here unjustly. You may want to use the concordance here. To see other roots, but yeah, I would agree that here it's saying that these judgments you're making are avel, are unjust, are wrong, and you can look at the concordance for more. Ufne, so the vav is the conjunctive vav, and here panim, face, is in the construct form in the smichut, meaning faces. Pnei Reshaim, the face of the wicked, right? And they're not actually translating the word face here because Pnei Reshaim Tisau. So Noseh Panim, to raise the face of someone, is actually, it shows up other places. It actually shows up in the Torah where we're told not to do that, where judges are told not to do that. So this is a phrase that nesiat panim, right, to raise the face of. It's something that shows up in the Bible several times. You can look it up, but so this is so the verb of tis'u is it includes the sin and the aleph. What you want to say the third one is, I would actually say there's a hey at the end, to raise up. But tis'u panim, will you raise up Rashaim, right? Rasha means an evildoer. resh, shin, ayin. And Reshaim, it's the plural, masculine plural of Resha, so evildoers, right? Pnei Reshaim tis'u, you shall raise. How long? So it's asking how long are you going to judge unjustly and show partiality. I actually like that. I agree with that translation. And the Sela here, Sela is a word that means it is an interjection. They say it is like Amen. Amen more so means I believe, and Sela means kind of forever. But here it's used as a interjection at the end of this question. Hey, how long are you going to do this? Sela is kind of indicating we agree with this question. Okay? So it's part of the song that it asks this question, and at the end it says, "Yep, I agree with that." That's how I would translate it. Let's look at the King James verse 2. How long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Selah. Okay. Let's see what the NIV. There's two notes here. How long will you defend the unjust and show partiality to the wicked? And then they let's look at the notes. The Hebrew is plural, right? That's correct. And the second one, the Hebrew has Sela, a word of uncertain meaning here. So they didn't even bother translating. They just put a note. There's a Sela here, and they just didn't translate it at all, which is interesting. Let's see what Chabad does. How long will you judge unjustly and favor the wicked forever? Aha. So Chabad is actually translating the Sela as part of the question. Okay? Ad matai tishbetu avel upnei reshaim tis'u sela. I guess, yeah, I guess why, I mean, they're kind of, it seems to me that they're going off the cantillation marks, which I don't know very well, and the song that goes with it, and that might be why NIV decided not to translate the word itself. Tis'u sela. Yeah, and okay, so you see that hyphen there? There isn't a hyphen in the actual scroll because only the consonants are shown. But the hyphen is used in order to kind of help you understand the cantillations here, how this is sung, and apparently the Sela and the Tis'u Sela, according to the cantillations, go together, and that is why Chabad is translating the word Sela as forever as part of this question. Okay, I'm gonna have to go with them. I don't personally know the cantillations. Okay, verse 83. 82, verse 3. Sorry. Shiftu dal vayatom ani varash hatstiku. Okay. Excuse me. So now it's answering that question. How long are you going to do evil? Here, do good. So shiftu. So same root, shin, pei, tet. And here it's in they're saying imperative. Yeah, it's in the command form. Shiftu. Well, they're translating as defend, but I would translate it as do judge, right? Shiftu dal. Dal is one of the ways we say poor, and you can use your concordance there. Ve'yatom. So there is the conjunctive vav. Yatom is orphan, right? And here it's written bemilui with a vav there, and they're translating that as fatherless, but usually it's translated as orphan. I prefer orphan. Veyatom. Ani, which is another way we refer to the poor, aniim. You can use your concordance there. Afflicted isn't bad either, but usually it's translated as poor as well. But I guess dull is one form of poor, ani is a different one. Varash. So this is the conjunctive vav. Rash is a more you have the concordance. It is a less common form of needy, and you can see that it has some because it's a 2-letter root, Rash. It has some relationship with Rasha, right? The evildoers. But of course, it might be here for alliteration reasons. Let's remember the Bible is a song, it's meant to be sung. So, yeah, Varash. So we're talking about 3 different forms of needy and the orphans. Hatstiku. So the root is Tzadi Dalet Qof, right? And which we've had before, justice, righteousness, right? Tzedek tirdof. And this is in the hifil, right? The hey at the beginning and the yud in the middle tell you that it is in the hifil in the causative, and the vav at the end is telling you it's in the masculine plural, right? So shiftu, defend, judge the poor and orphaned, ani varash hatstiku, right? So the shiftu is going on the first 2 together, and so you see the kind of symmetry here. Ani varash hatstiku, right? And this is not. They're saying in both of them are in the imperative. Hatstiku is, I guess, command form. Yeah. Okay. But this is in the kal. It's in this simple form, while tzedek is in the causative form. Okay, let's see what King James does with verse 3. Defend the poor and fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and needy. Okay. NIV, defend the weak and the fatherless, uphold the cause of the poor and the oppressed. Yeah, I kind of like that better. Let's see what Chabad does with verse 3. Judge the poor and orphan, justify the humble and the impoverished. I really prefer this because the judge is telling us, we're using the word judge over and over again, right? We're using, and this shows you that we're using the word over and over again. That's part of the reason why I generally prefer Chabad, is when the same word is being used over and over again in the Hebrew, then their translation also uses the same word over and over again, and that's one of the reasons I prefer them. Okay, so verse 4. Paltu dal ve'evyon miyad reshaim hatzilu. Okay, so pleta pe lamed tet. They're saying it's in the PL form. Deliver, I guess. I would probably say assist, but you can use your concordance for that. That the root there is obviously pe lamed tet, and it's in well, they're saying it's in the imperative. It's in the command form. I agree with that. Yes, paltu, right? Dal. So we had that word in the previous. Um, they're translating as weak. We translated as poor in the previous one. Ve'evyon, so that's the conjunctive vav, and evyon, so that's another word for needy. You can use your concordance there, and here it is written milui with the vav there. Um, and you can use your concordance. It's another one, right? We're using several different words for the poor, the needy, and that. Miyad, so that's the prepositional mem. Yad in means hand. It's in the singular, and here it's in a construction with reshayim, which we had before for wicked. Resha, right? Reshin ayin, and it's in the masculine plural. So miyad, from the hand, singular hand, from the hand of the wicked in the plural. Hatzilu. So tell, this is in the Hefil again. I would probably say that the root has a hey at the end, which no, they're saying natsal. I'm not sure I can agree with that. They're saying the root is natsal, is nun tzadik lamed, to deliver, but then in the Hefil, the yud usually goes. Yeah, Hefil goes after the yud. Yeah, I guess that's right. I'm sorry. I am going to bow to their better judgment. Yeah, so the root should be there, and it has absconded between the hey and the tzadi. Yeah, not sal. Okay, to deliver, to save. Tell also means shade, right? So to provide shade to something. Hatzilu. And this is in the command form, masculine plural. So save them from the hands of the evil. Let's see what King James does with verse 4. Deliver them poor and needy, rid them out of the hand of the wicked. I'm not sure I like rid them. Let's see what NIV does. Rescue the weak and the needy, deliver them from the hand of the wicked. Yeah, I prefer that. Let's see what Chabad does. Release the poor and the needy, save from the hands of the wicked. Yeah, no surprise, I prefer the Chabad translation. Verse 5. Lo yad'u velo yavinu bechashecha yithalachu yimotu kol moste aretz. Aha, so this is actually a very famous verse, but so starts lo, meaning not, no. Yad'u, right? We've had de'ah, to know, before, so the yud is telling you, they're actually saying it's in the perfect. So we've had this before. I believe the root is daled ayin hey, and they believe the root is yud daled ayin. So that's why whenever we talk about de'ah, we're getting a kind of disagreement here. They're saying this is in the perfect, whereas I actually think it's in the imperfect. So it depends which way you're making that verb. What you think the three-letter root is. They seem to think the root is yud daled ayin. I think the root is daled ayin hey, and I think the hey has absconded. whereas they think it has not. Okay, yad'u. So they're saying they do not know in the past tense, in the perfect completed tense, whereas I think it's in the imperfect. They do not know in the present, um, and you can translate it as you like. Velo, so conjunctive of lo again, not. They're translating that as nor. Yavinu, right? And so, see, this is why I think they're wrong. They're saying that the first yad'u is in the perfect and yavinu is in the imperfect, whereas I believe both of them are in the imperfect. So you can take that. So bina, bina. Let me. I want to check Hifil. Right. Hifil verb Hebrew. So yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Because, and I'll show you what's causing me to doubt myself. So the yud here is between the bet and the nun, and in hifil, right? We talked about the three roots, right? So hifil, we have the root we always use, which is pa'al, right? Pe ayin lamed, and when you're in when you're in hifil, oh, they're saying it's not. They're saying it's in the kal. They're saying it's not in the hifil. And they're taking the root as being bet yud nun, whereas I just assumed this is the hifil, that the yud is part of the causative, and the root is generally bet nun he to. Oh, right. So I'm using the root he bet nun, right, to understand, and they're actually using verb. See, this is what happens when you're trying to nail down exactly what you're talking about. Yavinu, we're both going to say the same thing, that this is talking about understanding. We both say that it's in the imperfect, but I'm saying that it's in the hifil, in the causative, and they're saying that it's in the kal. They're saying it's in the simple, right? Which is a very, and we are to some extent disagreeing about what the three-letter root is, although we both, I mean, obviously it talks about to understand, right? But this is what happens. This is why I've kind of been advocating that everyone keep a sort of log of what they think the three-letter root is, and what, right, Yavinu, right? So how exactly we're seeing this understanding and the word to understand here. Well, we won't take too long. Okay, Yavinu, Bachashecha. So that is the prepositional bet. The patach underneath it is the article, in the darkness, right? Bachashecha, choshech means darkness. We had that in Genesis. Chet, shin, chaf, chashecha, right? Like in the darkness. Bachashecha yithalechu halachu, right? So this is in the hitpael form of holech, hey lamed chaf, and it's the yud at the beginning tells you it's an imperfect. The vav at the end tells you that it's in the third person masculine plural, and this is in the reflexive to walk, right? So the NIV actually yitalachu. Oftentimes they've been translating as to walk faithfully, but you're not gonna. I doubt they're gonna do that. B'chashacha yitalachu, yimotu, right? And lamut means to shake. Yeah, mem vav tet. Don't confuse this with mem vav taf, which means to pass away. The taf and tet are two very different words, and they should not be. They should not be. So slip, to fall, right? Al timot. Yeah. So yimotu. It is in the imperfect. They're saying nifal, right? Yimotu are unstable. I would say are unstable. They falter. Falter seems like a good one. Yimotu kol mosdei aretz. So they make unstable, I would say. They're saying it's in a nifal, and that I would agree with that. It is in the passive form. Become unstable. Yimotu kol, meaning all. We've had that before. Moste. So Mossad. Moste. Well, obviously it doesn't come from. Okay, so Mossad, you might know the Hebrew word which refers to the political entity, but Yesod is an establishment. Mossad is an establishment. Here they're translating as foundations. Moste, Mossadim, right? So this is in the construct form. That's why it's in Moste, right? Aretz, it's in the construct form with land. The things which the foundations of the earth. Yeah, I would agree with that. Let's see what King James does with verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Okay, so that's how they're translating the instability, right? Let's see NIV. Verse 5. The gods know nothing, they understand nothing. I wonder where they got the word gods from. I guess they're kind of inferring it from there. They walk about in darkness, all the foundations of the earth are shaken. I wonder where they get Loya. Don't know where they put that gods there. In verse 5. Okay, let's see what Chabad says. They did not know, and they do not understand that they will walk in darkness. All the foundations of the earth will totter. Okay, and you can look at the Rashis if you like. Yeah, I no surprise. They did not know, and they did not. So, lo yad'u, right? So they're also translating that in the perfect. They did not know. I I kind of prefer they do not know. But okay, possibly this may be they may know something that I don't, which would not be surprising. Okay, next verse, and this is the famous verse which is referred to in the Christian Bible as well. Ani amarti Elohim atem uvnei elyon kulchem. Okay, very interesting. Ani means I. It is slightly less formal than Anochi, right? Amarti. So the root is Aleph Mem Resh, to say. We've had many times. Amarti, I have said. This is in the perfect. That's correct. First person common singular. So Amarti, I have said. Ani Amarti, I said, right? And so Amarti itself already is I said. The Ani is tiny bit. It may be there for emphasis. Ani Amarti Elohim, and here obviously it's not using meaning God, right? Although it sounds like that it's the similar word. This time it's not referring to God himself, right? Ani amarti Elohim atem, you are gods, right? Or you are powerful ones, or you are judges, or Uvnei elyon kulchem. So conjunctive vav, vnei is the construct form of banim, of children, of sons, in the plural, and obviously the masculine includes the feminine, so it could be sons and daughters, so children is right. Uvnei elyon, so elyon means above. They're translating it as most high. You can use your concordance there to find other, and this is written bemilui. It's written fully with the vav there, elyon, above, and that shows up many times. Kulchem. So this is kol, all of, but kulchem is second person masculine plural, all of you, kulchem. Uvnei elyon kulchem, all of you are sons of divinity, of greatness. Okay, let's look at the King James, verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. NIV, I said, you are gods, you are all sons of the Most High. Let's see what Chabad does with verse 6. I said, you are angelic creatures, and all of you are angels of the Most High. Okay? And that is based on the Rashi, obviously. But you can see how they are translating that. Okay, next verse 7. Achen ka'adam temutun ucha hasarim tipolu. Interesting. Achen, I would usually translate as therefore, but they're translating it as nevertheless. And I think that may be contextually. I'm not sure how many times achen shows up in the Bible. Achen shows up a total of 18 times, and you can use your concordance there. It's used in Genesis 28. Vayomer achen yesh, and so there it's translated as surely. Apparently, mostly it's usually used as surely. I guess I'm gonna kind of disagree with them that it's nevertheless. I can see why they would do that, but I guess that kind of, I mean, for them, it's that I think they don't like that we're saying Elohim Atem, right? You're these divine creatures, but you're gonna die, and you're gonna die. I would translate that normally. We'll see how the various translations do it, but um, they're kind of trying to turn that into a nevertheless a but, and I think it's just a. You can translate it however you want. I'm not going to get into it too much. Ke Adam, prepositional ke, kaf meaning like, Adam, man, temutun, and interestingly, this is written bemilui with two vavs, temutun, right? You shall die. They are okay. So the nun at the end is what they call a paragogic nun. It's a nun that shows up kind of to it's euphonic. I've seen other places say it puts an emphasis. It doesn't change the meaning. Temutun, you shall die, right? It is an imperfect temutun. Second person masculine plural. Temutu. Yes. It is. So yemutun would be they will die. Temutun, you will die. Yeah. Achad, so conjunctive vav, prepositional chaf. Achad we've had many times before. It's just a number one. Achad and like one of, like achad, and this is achad hasarim. It's a construct. It's in the smichut with sarim. Sar is a prince or a leader. It shows up many times in the Bible. You can use your concordance, and this is in the plural sarim. And like one of the princes, one of the leaders, tipolu, right? You shall fall. So the root here, I would say, is probably hey, pe, lamed, to fall. And this is one of the reasons, actually, after the last verse, you'll notice after we did Genesis 6, and somebody asked me also about Tehillim 145, Psalms 145, Somech Hashem lechol hanoflim, to all that fall. So, Tipolu, you shall fall. And you can make of that whatever you wish. Let's look at the King James, but ye shall die like men. So they're also turning it into a negative, but ye shall. And fall like one of the princes. Okay? NIV, but you will die like mere mortals. You will fall like every other ruler. I kind of prefer that to the King James, but let's see what Chabad does. Indeed, as man you will die, and as one of the princes you will fall. And I have to completely agree with Chabad. Are you surprised? Yeah, the word achen, yeah, it's not a negation. So you do you, boo. Okay, let's do the last verse in Psalms 82. Okay. Huma Elohim shafta haaretz ki ata tinchal bechol hagoyim. Interesting. So Quma, right, comes from the verb qaf, maybe vav, mem. It's in the imperative, and it's in the feminine singular. Yeah, it is in the feminine singular. So we're speaking to God in the feminine here, and yeah, in Judaism we often so this is actually one of the things where we in Judaism we often refer to the uh, mask the feminine aspect of God as the more judgmental one. Um, you know, um, more orderly. So here it's referring to God in the feminine and singular. That's part of what I wanted to show you is when we talk about God Himself, we refer to Him in the singular, even though we're using this word which is itself plural, right? Quma Elohim, right? God arise, shafta, right? And again, it's in the feminine singular, right? Um, in the imperative, yeah, shafta haaretz, judge the land. Article, because this is this is, yeah, shafta haaretz. No, this is the article and then land. Judge the land. Ki, for, because, that's the conjunction. Ata, right? And this is the second person masculine singular, you, right? Tinchal, um, shall inherit. Yeah, nachala, nun, chet, lamed, is inheritance. Tinchal, and this is in the imperfect second person masculine singular, to inherit. Ata tinchal bechol hagoyim. So this is a prepositional bet. Chol, meaning all of. Ha goyim, the article, and goyim, meaning nations, right? In Judaism, when the Bible refers to goy, when it refers to a nation in the singular, it refers to just Israel, and when it refers to goyim, it refers to all of the nations. I would say generally, which includes Israel as well, although sometimes it obviously does not. And this, I would say, is bemilui, right? It's written with the vav, which is how it's usually written. Okay, so verse 8, King James, arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. In the NIV, rise up, O God, judge the earth, for all the nations are your inheritance. I see the difference. Very similar. Let's see how Chabad does it. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for you inherit all the nations. Okay. And you can look at the Rashis there if you like. So that was Psalm 82. I thought it goes well with our discussion of Genesis 6 and what some people have been bringing up regarding that with me. Let's go on to Genesis 7. Okay, we are in the Hebrew. As long as that is willing to load, please. Sorry. Okay. What page is usually not this slow for me, but it is right now. You know what? We can just read the verse from Chabad for now. Vayomer Havaya lenoach bo ata v'chol beitcha el hateva ki otcha ra'iti tzadik lefanai bador hazeh. Right? So we have the conjunctive vav, right? And the yud. I'm not sure you guys can see that, but we've had Yomar many times. It's Aleph Mem Resh, the yud at the beginning telling you that it's imperfect. So, and God said, right? Havaya, the tetragrammaton, obviously. Len Noach, so that's the prepositional lamed. Here, that finally loaded. Yeah, Vayomar Havaya Lenoach, right? Said, and that is without the article, which is how you would expect it with a proper name. Noach is his name. Bo, come. This is in the command form. Come, and it's in a masculine singular. Bo, ata, you. V'chol beitcha. So conjunctive vav, chol meaning all, beitcha, beit meaning house, and the chaf at the end, cha is the second person masculine singular. Your house. El, and this is the preposition with the aleph, not the ayin. Ha teva. So the article and teva arc we've had before. Ki, because. Otcha, so this is the direct object marker with the chaf at the end telling us it's in the second person masculine singular. Otcha, you. Ra'iti, so this is they're saying in the kal. Yeah, I guess the hey turns into a yud here. Ra'iti, I saw. Resh Ayin Aleph, hey is the root, and the tough yud at the end saying first person singular, and this is in the perfect. I saw, right? It's completed action. Ra'iti, tzaddik. So the root is tzadi dalet of. Which tzedek, as we were just speaking of, is justice, is righteousness. Tzaddik is a person who is righteous. I saw you as righteous. I saw you as a tzaddik. Lefanai, so prepositional lamed. Panim means face, literally faces. Lefanai means to my face or before me, in front of me. Bat dor hazeh. So prepositional bet. It has the article because of the patach underneath the bet. Dor here, generation, written bemilui, written with the vav, completely. Hazeh, and this is in the construct. Dor hazeh is, well, Hazeh means this. Hazeh, it has the article. It's saying this generation, in specifically this generation, right? Yeah, I saw you as a righteous person in this generation. Let's see how King James translates it. And the Lord said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Okay? NIV, the Lord then said, I don't know where they got the then from, said to Noah, go into the ark, you and your whole family, kol beitcha, right? Because I have found you righteous in this generation. right? Chabad. And the Lord said to Noah, "Come into the ark, you and all your household, for it is you that I have seen as a righteous man before me in this generation." That is a lot more literal, which is how I prefer it. No surprises there. Verse 2. Mikol habehema hatehora tikach lecha shiv'a shiv'a ish ve'ishto umin habehema asher lo tehora hi shnayim ish ve'ishto. Okay, so this is the prepositional mem, kol meaning all, from all, ha behema, right? So article, and then behema, behemoth, right? Animal. Ha tehora. So this ha behema ha tehora, right? Interestingly, I mean, I almost expected this to be in smichut, in construct form, but it obviously is not. And tahor here is written bemilui, it's written with the vav, which it often is not. Habehema hatahora, so tahor means pure, clean. It is a ritual in purity there. All the clean animals, habehema hatahora, tikach, you shall take, right? And we've had kach, kachat many times before. Exactly which root it means to take, right? Tikach is puts it in the imperfect second person masculine singular. You shall take, right? Right. It is in the imperfect. It's not in the command form. Which is a little bit differently. If it was in the command, it would be kach, right, and not tikach. But kach and tikach are often used very similarly. Lecha, for yourselves, right? So that's the prepositional lamed, and this is in the second person masculine singular. Lecha, you shall take for yourself. Shiv'a, shiv'a, 7 by 7, right? So this repetition, which only shows up in the Hebrew, I don't know how they're going to translate it, but this Shiva Shiva, 7 by 7, right? 7 7, right? I'm not exactly sure how they're going to translate that. We'll see in the translations. Ish ve'ishto, man, conjunctive vav. Isha, the hey at the end, meaning woman or his or wife. Ishto, the hey turns into a taf, and the vav at the end is third person masculine singular, his wife, right? Man and his wife. U min habehema, so conjunctive vav meaning from, right? It's the preposition. Or kind, right? Min habehema asher lo tehora, right? And it doesn't use the word for impure. It just says that which is not pure. Maybe, I think Rashi says here it's a bit euphemistic. Asher lo tehora, which is not clean. So ha behema, the article, and then behema, behemoth or animal. Asher, that, lo, that is not, tehora. So here tehora is written bechisaron. It's written without the vav, but it's the same root, tahor. He, and you'll notice that vav is singular there, which is not. Yes. The vav is silent there. So he, the pronoun third person feminine singular, which is she, is being used as the as the present form of the verb to be, which happens in the Hebrew. Tehorahi, which is right from the animals which are not clean. Shnayim ish veishto, two ish veishto, like we had before, man and his wife. Okay, let's see what NIV does with this. Verse 7:2, of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens. So 7:7 they've translated to by sevens, the male and his female, and this is a King James, sorry. And the beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. So that kind of makes it sound like it's in the same, but it's slightly different in the Hebrew. Let's see what NIV does. Take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, a male and its mate, and 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal, a male and its mate. Not really happy with that. Let's see what Chabad does it. Of all the clean animals, you shall take for yourself 7 pairs, a male and its mate, and of the animals that are not clean, 2, a male and its mate. See, I really, really prefer that. I really like that as a translation much better, because it really shows you the structure of the Hebrew underneath it. Okay, so let's look at verse 3. Gam me'of hashamayim shiv'a shiv'a, zachar unekeva, lachayot zera al penei chol haaretz. Okay, slightly differently. So gam means also. Me'of, prepositional mem, of meaning bird. It's in the singular and it's written bemilui. It's written with the vav completely. Ha shamayim. So it's constructed in the construct with shamayim, right, meaning heavens. The article he of hashamayim, birds of the air or the heavens. Shiv'a shiva, again like we had before, 7 7, and that's slightly surprising. No, yeah, because okay, so when we said behema shiva shiva, so the word behema is in the feminine singular, and we said 7 by 7, shiva is in the masculine. I guess that's because it's in the pairs, and shnayim is also in the masculine. So 7 and 2 are both in the masculine. And of, which is masculine itself, makes sense. But I guess also with behema, it says in the masculine. Okay, shiva, shiva, 7 by 7. Zachar unekeva. So instead of ish ve'ishto, man and his wife, it says male and female. Zachar unekeva. That's the conjunctive vav there, but we've had zachar unekeva before. Lechayot. So they're saying lechayot, to cause them to live, right? And I learned that that's the infinitive. They're saying it's the preposition lamed with the infinitive. Okay, lechayot, zera, seed, right? To cause seed to live. Al penei, so that's the preposition with the ayin, not aleph. Penei, face in the construct form, right? Penei chol haaretz, so face of all of the land. That is the article he. Let's see what King James does with verse 3. Of fowls, also of the air, by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. Not a huge fan. Okay, let's see NIV. And also 7 pairs of every kind of bird, male and female, to keep their various kinds alive throughout the earth. Ugh. Let's see what Chabad does with verse 3. Also of the fowl of the heavens, 7 pairs, male and female. The only thing I don't like is in the first one so in the first one they said male and its mate, and here it's male and female, and I do it's showing you that in the first one it's saying ish ve'ishto, man and his wife, and here it's saying zacharu nekeva, male and female. So yeah, I really do prefer that, to keep seed alive on the face of the earth. Okay, verse 4. Ki leyamim Ki leyamim od shiv'a anochi mamtir al haaretz arba'im yom ve'arba'im laila umachiti et kol hayekum asher asiti ma'al penei ha'adama. Very interesting verse. Okay, so ki, meaning for or because, le yamim, so prepositional lamed, they're translating that as after, makes sense. Yamim, days, right? And written bemilui, kind of, yeah, with the yud there. 2 days, right? Od, more, and that's also bemilui, also written completely with the vav. Od meaning more, yeah. Od liyamim od shiv'a, in another 7 days. Interesting. It's not the most common way of saying all of this, but okay. Anochi, again, the anochi, ani is the more simple form of I. Anochi is the more formal way of saying I. Anochi mamtir. So this is in the hifil of mem tet resh, which they're translating as to cause to rain. So we actually in Judaism we make a difference between mamtir and geshem, right? Heavy rains. These are light rains. These are I would say mem tet resh. You can look at your concordance for similar uses of the verb. I actually wonder how many times it's used in the Bible. Matar. Specifically, we're talking about light rains in. It's used several times. It's used 17 times. So you can use your concordance to, if you like. Al is the preposition with the ayin, not aleph. Haaretz, so article and land. Arba'im yom, so arba means 4, arba'im means 40. Yom here written, it's singular in 40 day, and it's written bemilui, it's written with the vav. I shall, right, 40 day, or I guess you could say days. Ve arba'im laila, so conjunctive vav, arba'im again, 40. Laila, nights in the singular. Umachiti, so this machiti, actually it's the perfect, right? I have, it's a completed action of I, and we talked about erasing, destroying, right? In the previous chapter. Mahiti, the vav at the beginning is actually flipping it from a completed action to a future action. I will, and I will destroy. Umachiti et, the direct object marker, kol, meaning all, hayekum, yekum. And that's a very interesting use there. The hey is the article. The root here, depending on how you want to figure it out, definitely a kuf and a mem, which means to establish, to raise, right? Qoma is a column. So hayikum, all that has been established, they're translating it as living things. I would say all that I have established. I would actually translate that. Hayakum, all that has been established. And you can look at your concordance there. Asher, so that's the pronoun relative, they call it, that. Asiti, so the root is ayin sin he, to make. One of the ways we say to make. Asiti, I have made. Right? It's in the perfect of the first person singular. Asher asiti me'al, so prepositional mem, and then the preposition al with the ayin again, not with the aleph. Penei ha'adama, so panim is faces, it's in the construct form with ha'adama, and here we're switching from eretz to adama, which I've been translating as clay. Right? It comes from red, from the face of the land, the earth. Okay, let's see what King James does with verse 4. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I will have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. Okay? And I read 7 days from now, I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and I will wipe from the face of the earth every living creature I have made. Yeah, I like that, but let's see what Chabad does. For in another 7 days I will make it rain upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and I will blot out all beings that I have made off the face of the earth. And I do prefer that. But that's not a surprise. Okay, let's go on to verse 5. Vayas Noach kachol asher tzivahu havaya. Okay? Conjunctive vav, ya'as would be in the imperfect of aseh, right? To do, ayin sin he. But because the vav is actually flipping it. So from and he shall do to he did. Noach, that's his name. Kahol, so prepositional chaf. Hol meaning all. Asher, so pronoun relative they call it, that. Tzivahu, so tziva, right? Tzava, we've had, this is with the vav, to command. Tzadik vav he, right? Tzivahu, commanded him, right? So that God commanded him. Havaya, that's the tetragrammaton, right? So Noah did as he was commanded by God. Let's see what King James says. Verse 5. And Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him. Okay? NIV, and Noah did all that the Lord commanded him. Okay, yeah. And Chabad, and Noah did according to all that the Lord had commanded him. Right? Kechol, according to. That's how to translate it. Yeah. Verse 6. ונוח בן 600 שנה, והמבול היה מים על הארץ. Okay? So, conjunctive vav, Noach is his name. Ben, so this literally means son of, but here it's indicating how old he is, right? Ben shesh me'ot, shesh meaning 600, me'ot meaning hundreds, right? And here it's written ben milui with the vav. So he was of 600 shana, meaning years. He was 600 years old. Vehamabul, so conjunctive vav. He is the article. Mabul is flood. We've had before with the vav here. Haya, and the flood haya is in the perfect of to be, and the flood was mayim, water, al haaretz, and the flood was water upon the land, and that is the preposition with the ayin, not with the aleph. Okay? Verse 6, King James, and Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. Okay? NIV? Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters came on the earth. Okay? Chabad, verse 6. And Noah was 600 years old, and the flood came about, water upon the earth. No surprise, I prefer the Chabad. Okay, verse 7. Vayavo Noach uvanav veishto uneshe vanav ito el hateva mipnei me hamabul. Okay? So, conjunctive vav, yud telling you that it's an imperfect, bo is the root, bet aleph, hey, I would say, to come, right? And they, and the vav at the beginning, right? This is in the imperfect kind of future, but the vav turns it into the past. And came Noach, his name, uvanav, so conjunctive vav, vanim meaning sons, vanav meaning his sons, right? Ve'ishto, conjunctive vav, et isha meaning female, wife, ishto meaning his wife, uneshe, so conjunctive vav, nashim means is women, neshe is in the smichut, in the construct, neshe vanav, the wives of his sons, right? Ito, so that's the direct object marker with the vav at the end saying to him, right? Ito, with him. El, preposition with the aleph, not ayin. Ha teva, the article, and teva is the arc. Mipnei, so prepositional mem, and then pnei in the smichut, in the construct form, face. Pnei me hamabul. So that's one big construction of the three. Faces of mayim would be waters, but this is a me because it's in the smichut, it's in the construct form. Ha mabul. So article and mabul, flood, written with the vav completely. Okay, verse 7. And Noah went in, and his wives, his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. I don't like that for multiple reasons, including the went in. Actually, bo means to come. Let's see what vayavo, and he came. So let's see what NIV does with verse 7. And Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives entered the ark to escape the waters of the flood. Much more figurative than literal. Let's see what Chabad does with verse 7. And Noah went in, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, into the ark because of the flood waters. Yeah, okay. Verse 8. Min habehema hatehora, umin habehema asher einena tehora, umin ha'of v'chol asher romes al ha'adama. Okay, this is a sentence that seems incomplete because it has no verbs, but let's take it. Min, meaning of, it's the preposition, right? Ha behema hatehora, right? So the article behema, animals, ha tehora, article again, tehora meaning clean or pure, and it's written with the vav, it's written completely. Ha behema hatehora. Umin habehema asher einena tehora, and from habehema article and then behema animals, asher pronoun relative, that einena, so ein we said is not, einena actually makes it feminine singular, that which is not, right? So referring to behema. Tehora, written clean, and written bechisaron, written without the vav. And I guess this kind of makes clear to you how we sometimes interpret whether or not a word is written completely or incompletely. Right here, tehora, when we are actually referring to things that are clean, we are writing the word tehora bemilui, writing it completely with the vav. When we're referring to things that are impure, we're writing it bechisaron. It's lacking the vav. Just giving you a feel for the Hebrew. Umin, so conjunctive vav, the preposition min again. Ha-of, so article, and then of meaning bird, written bemilui with the vav. The whole, so conjunctive vav, whole meaning every. Asher, so the pronoun relative they say. Romes, right? So we've had that before. Resh mem sin means to creep. Romes, all that creeps. Al, this is the preposition with the ayin, not aleph. Upon ha-adama, and the word for earth here is the one that indicates red, right? The clay, I've been calling it ha-adama with the article. Let's see what verse 8, King James, of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean and of fowl and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. Yeah. NIV, pairs of, no, I don't know where they got the pairs from, but pairs of clean and unclean animals, of birds, and of all creatures that move along the ground. Okay? Chabad, of the clean beasts and of the beasts that are not clean and of the fowl and of all that creeps upon the earth. No surprise, I prefer Chabad. Verse 9. Shnayim ba'u el Noach el hateva zachar unekeva ka'asher tziv'a Elohim et Noach. Okay, so shnayim, 2 by 2, right? Right, 2 by 2, shnayim, right? 2 by 2. Ba'u, they came, right? The vav at the end is in this third person plural, masculine plural, I would say. They're saying common plural. Okay. Ba'u, they came. El, the preposition with the aleph. Noach, to Noah. El hateva, again, preposition with the aleph, not the ayin. Ha-teva, the ark. Zachar u-nekeva, right? So male and female. U-nekeva. Ka-asher, so prepositional kaf. Asher, meaning that, the pronoun relative. Tziv'ah, right? Had commanded. They have a verb perfect. Tziv'ah, right? This is tzadik vav hey, to command. Elokim, right? So God. And part of the way that you know that we are talking about God is that the verb is in the singular, right? Tzivah Elokim, God commanded. Et is the direct object marker, and Noach is his name. Verse 9, King James, there went in two and two unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. I don't like that so much. Let's see what NIV does. Male and female came to Noah and entered the ark as God had commanded Noah. I guess they're doing. I mean, the pairs they had in the previous sentence. So they're not doing verse by verse. They seem to be, doing whole paragraphs, which makes for a more figurative and easier to read, I guess, translation. So, but Chabad does it literally, right? 2 by 2, they came to Noah to the ark, male and female, as God had commanded Noah. Yeah. Again, I prefer the Chabad as is usual. Verse 10. Vayehi leshiv'at hayamim umei hamabul hayu al haaretz. Okay? So, conjunctive vav, yehi, we've had many times. It's a name perfect. Leshiv'ah, so prepositional lamed, leshiv'at hayamim, right? So this is shiv'ah, this is 7, but it's in the smichut, it's in the construct form with the days, right? So the hey turns into a taf. Ha yamim, article, and yamim is days, written with a yod, not with a vav. Yamim, right? Days. May hamabul. So conjunctive vav, mayim, waters, here is in the construct form with ha mabul, article hey, mabul, flood, written with the vav. And the waters of the flood, hayu, were, al, this is the preposition with the ayin, haaretz, article hey, aretz, meaning land, was upon the land. So let's see how NIV, King James does verse 10. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. Okay, let's see, verse 10. And after 7 days, the flood waters came on the earth. Okay, yeah. Chabad, verse 10. And it came to pass after the 7 days that the flood waters were upon the earth. Yeah. Very similar. As always, I would go with the Chabad, but that's me. בשנת 600 שנה לחיי נוח, בחודש השני, ב17 יום לחודש, ביום הזה נבקעו כל מעיינות תהום רבה וערובות השמיים נפתחו. Ooh, very interesting. Very interesting. Let's translate this verse here. So we have the prepositional bet. Shana means year. Here it is in the smichut. It's in the construct form with shesh me'ot, right? 6 and hundreds. Me'ot is written with the vav in the 600th year, right? Shana, Beshanat shesh me'ot shana. In the year of the 600th year, lechaye, right? Chayim would be life. Chaye is in the construct in the smichut. We have the prepositional lamed to the lechaye Noach, of the life of Noach, right? Ba chodesh, prepositional bet with the article chodesh. So chet daled shin means new, right? But chodesh is the month. We referring to the new moon, right? So in the month, Chodesh hasheni. So this in the second month, right? That article and the sheni, so is 2 in the ordinal, second, right? Chodesh hasheni, in the second month. Of course, that would be what we call Cheshvan, although some would say that it's in ER. And the reason why there is that split is the Bible says that Nisan is the first of the months, but the new year is in Tishrei. So whether the question is, are you saying that this is in the second month, meaning month 2, which would be ER, or if you're saying that it is in the second month of the year, and since we say Shnat Shana, right, it's referring to Shana twice, then it would be Cheshvan, which is the rabbinic interpretation that we're talking about the 17th of Cheshvan, not ER, because we're talking about the second month of the year, not on the second month 2, which would be ER. Okay. Hasheni beshiv'a asar. So prepositional bet. Shiv'a asar means 17th. Shiv'a is 7. Asar is 10th. So on the 17th, beshiv'a asar yom, right? Day written with the vav. La chodesh. So prepositional lamed. It has the article. Chodesh. Both times is bechisaron. There's no vav. It's written incompletely without the vav. La chodesh, of the month. Ba yom. So prepositional bet with the article. Yom written completely with the vav. Day. Hazeh, on that day. Ba yom hazeh. Right. Ze is the pronoun masculine singular. Hazeh is the article that one, right? Bayom, on that day. Nivkeu, so the root is bet kof ayin, and they're saying burst forth. Yeah, I guess I would say broke or pierced, right? A bika is actually a valley, right? Niv ke'u, this is in the nifal, it's in the, and that's where the nun comes at the beginning, is in the passive, okay? Niv ke'u, kol, olive, mayanot, tehom, okay? So a mayan is a fountain, okay? Mayanot, and this is written without the vav, it's written bechisaron. So the fountains, so Mayanot is the fountains, Tahom, and it's in the construct form, right? With Tahom, we had Tahom before when we said the deep, and this is Tahom with the Vav, it's written completely. Mayanot Tahom, the fountains of the deep. Ve Tahom Rabbah, Mayanot Tahom Rabbah, of the great deep, I guess. This is Rabbah here is a feminine singular verb. I guess it's going on Tehom. I'm not sure if Tehom is masculine or feminine. I guess we'll look in the translations. Ve'arubot. That is not a word I am familiar with. Let's see what the concordance says. Shows up in several, if 9 times, and it's used as windows. Right, so also in Genesis 8, in Kings, it's written b'milui. It's written here. It's written in the chisaron. It's missing its vav. It's also in Ecclesiastes, in Isaiah. Windows. Oh, chimney it's used. I wonder, you know what? Go ahead and use your concordance here and translate that however you wish. I kind of want to say that it's from arba, from the word for, meaning having corners, but you can translate that however you wish. Arubot, and it's bechisaron. There's no vavs in it. Arubot hashamayim niftachu, and the windows of this is in the construct form. Arubot, arava. Hashamayim niftachu, of the heavens, and in the nifal, it's in the passive of petach, petafchet, to open, niftechu, opened, in the third person masculine singular, plural, sorry. Okay, let's look at the verse 11 in King James. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. Not such a big fan. Let's see what NIV does it with it. In the 600th year of Noah's life, on the 17th day of the second month, on that day, all the springs of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened. Okay, let's see what Chabad does. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, on the 17th day of the month, on this day, all the springs of the great deep were split, and the windows of the heavens opened up. Okay. And Rashi, he's saying great deep. Tahom Rabbah, of the great deep. So Rabbah is going on Tahom. Okay. You can look at the Rashis there if you like. Verse 11. 12, sorry. Vayehi hageshem al haaretz arba'im yom va'arba'im laila. Okay, so conjunctive vav, yehi, we've had many times, yehi, and it was, and it came to be. Ha geshem, so the article, and this is the rain, but this is the heavier rain, right? We said matar before, and this is geshem, heavy rain. Al haaretz, so that's the preposition with the ayin and not the aleph. Haaretz, the land. Arbaim Yom, 40 days, Arbaim Laila, and 40 nights. Okay, King James Version, verse 12. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. Okay, NIV. And rain fell on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. Okay, Chabad, and the rain was upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. Okay. Verse 13. בעצם היום הזה בא נוח ושם וחם ויפת בני נוח ואשת נוח ושלושת נשי בניו איתם אל הטבע. Okay. So I think I mentioned this before, right? Okay, so this is a prepositional bet. Etzem, right? We had before, we talked about it was a bone or essence, right? But etzem hayom, and I think I mentioned that we talk about the fullness, the essence of the day, right? We're usually referring to noon. But etzem hayom, right? So etzem, we used previously to mean bones or essence, right? But etzem hayom, and this is in the smichut, it's written in construct form, of the day. Article and yom is written with the vav. Hazeh, of this, right? So with the article and the pronoun masculine singular, hazeh. Ba, right? So this is in the perfect kal of to come. Ba Noach, and it's in a singular, masculine singular. I'm a little surprised. I would have expected it to say Ba'u, came, but it's talking about Noah specifically. Noah came, Ba Noah, Ve Shem. So conjunctive vav, Shem is his name, which also means name. Ve Cham, so conjunctive vav, Cham is his name. Va Yefet, so again conjunctive vav. Yefet is his name. Bnei, meaning sons of. Noach, right? Sons of Noach. Ve'eshet Noach, so conjunctive vav. Eshet is Isha, means wife. Eshet is in the construct form. So the hey turns into taf. Eshet Noach, the wife of Noach, in one construction. Ushloshet, right? So again, conjunctive vav, and here the shlosha, meaning three women, right? Shloshet shloshet is in the construct, and it's written actually the chisaron without the vav. I would have expected a vav there. The shloshet neshei, the three wives, neshei nashim, meaning is the plural of isha, of women. Neshei in the construct form, neshei vanav, wives of his sons. Itam, so the direct object marker, masculine plural, with them, itam. El hateva, so preposition with the aleph, not ayin. Ha teva, article, and the ark, right? So, verse 13, King James. In the self-same day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japhet and the sons of Noah and Noah's wife and the three wives of his sons with them into the ark. Okay. NIV 13. On that very day, Noah and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japhet, together with his wife and the wives of his three sons, entered the ark. Okay? Chabad, on this very day. Noah came, and Shem and Ham and Japhet, Noah's sons, and Noah's wife, and his sons' 3 wives with them into the ark. And there is an interesting Rashi if you wish to look it up. Hema v'chol ha'chaya lemina, v'chol ha'behema lemina, v'chol haromes al haaretz leminehu, v'chol ha'of leminehu, kol tzipor, kol kanaf. Very interesting. This is a little bit strange way of doing it, but let's do it. So hema, hem means them. Hema, I mean it's they, right? Hema, yeah, they. So I would say this they Hema is referring to Noah and his family. V'chol, so conjunctive vav, chol meaning all of, hachaya. So hey is the article, chaya, right? I was saying animal. We kept on saying behema, 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 and here we're saying chaya for the first time. So that's a little bit interesting. I actually wonder what Rashi has to say, but this is previously we've been saying behema, and here we say chaya. Lemina. So prepositional lamed, min here with the yud written fully, min to her kind, literally chaya being feminine, its kind. V'chol, so conjunctive vav, chol meaning all. Ha behema with the article behema, livestock. Lemina, prepositional lamed, min written fully with the yud. Her, right, behema also being feminine. V'chol, conjunctive vav, chol meaning all. Ha-remes, article, remes being creeping things, haromes. Haremes, haromes, everything that creeps, right? With that repetition in the Semitic, right? All the creepy crawly things. Haremes, haromes. Al is the preposition with the ayin, not aleph. Haaretz, article, and aretz being land. Leminehu, to their kind, which is kind of strange because we said haremes, haromes. We were talking in the singular, but leminehu is their kind. Actually, no, they're saying singular masculine, minehu. Okay, yeah, remes, because chaya and behema were feminine, and remes is in the masculine. Okay, yeah, leminehu, to their kind, also written fully. V'chol, so conjunctive vav, chol meaning all. Ha-of, article, of with the vav, right? The way we've been saying birds so far. Le-minehu, so to its kind, and of is masculine, and le-minehu, prepositional lamed, mean written with the yud completely, its kind, right? Minehu. Kol tzipor, kol kanaf. Now this is very strange. Kol meaning all of, tzipor, and this may be the first time we've had tzipor. It means bird, but for some reason it's using a different word for bird than it was before. So, I mean, you can look at in your concordance, but this is tzipor, a different meaning of bird than of, which we've been using, which implies flight. Tzipor, kol kanaf. All birds, kol kanaf, of every. So kanaf, actually, I mean, I would say wing, but it can also mean corner. So of every sort they're translating, I can understand that, and you can look at Kanaf and see how exactly that's translated. Um, Okay, Kol Tzipor Kol Kanaf. Verse 14. Let's see how King James does it. They and every beast after its kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. Yeah, I actually like that. It's a very literal translation. Let's see what NIV does it with that. They had with them every wild animal according to its kind, all livestock according to their kind, every creature and every bird according to its every creature that moves along the ground according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind, everything with wings. Interesting. I can understand how they translated it that way. I'm not sure I would do it the same. I actually like the King James better than that. But let's see what Chabad does. They and every beast after its kind, and every domestic animal after its kind, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth after its kind, and every fowl after its kind, every bird of every wing. Yeah, I actually, not surprisingly, I prefer that. And Rashi also talks about what exactly. Well, let's do it. Bird of every wing, right? Sipor kol kanaf. What exactly does that mean? The word sipor is in the construct state. Um, Bird of every type of wing, right? So kol tzipor, kol kanaf. He's saying it's all one smichut. It's all one construct form. Okay. The the kanaf means feathers, as in Leviticus 1:17, and he shall split it apart with its feathers. The chanafav. So you can look there in Leviticus 1:17. For even its feathers were included in the burnt offering, right? Here too, the meaning any bird with any kind of appearance of feathers, and that's apparently from the Talmud in Chulin. Okay, verse 15. Vayavohu el Noach el hateva shnayim shnayim mikol habasar asher bo ruach chayim. Okay, interesting. So, conjunctive vav, yavo, and shall come, but the vav flips it, and came, right? It's in the plural. Yavo, came. El, the preposition with the aleph, Noach, to Noah. El hateva. So again, the same preposition with the aleph, not the ayin. Ha-teva, the ark. Shnayim, shnayim, 2 by 2, right? Shnayim, shnayim, 2 by 2. Mi kol, prepositional mem, kol meaning all. Ha-basar, so the article, and then basar is flesh. We've had before. Asher, pronoun relative. Bo, in it, right? So it's prepositional bet with the vav saying third person masculine singular. Asher bo, that has in it ruach chaim, right? And we talked about ruach chaim before. It is in smichut. It is one word. Ruach, possibly spirit. Whether you want to keep that separate. Ruach chaim, the breath of life or the soul of life, right? Chaim, life. Okay, let's see what King James does with verse 15. And they went onto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. Okay, NIV, pairs of all creatures that have the breath of life in them came to Noah and entered the ark. Okay, Chabad verse 15. And they came to Noah to the ark, 2 by 2 of all flesh, in which there is the spirit of life. No surprise, I prefer the Chabad there. Verse 16. Vehabayim zachar unekeva mikol basar ba'u ka'asher tziv'a oto Elohim vayiskor havaya ba'ado. Very interesting. Okay, so let's translate that. So conjunctive vav, ha is the article, bayim are the people who are coming, right? So vehabayim, and the ones who came, and the ones who were coming. Zachar unekeva, were male and female. Mi kol, so prepositional mem, kol meaning all, basar being flesh, ba'u, they came, right? It's in the perfect kal of ba'a, bet, aleph, hey, the hey has absconded. It's in the third person masculine plural or common plural. Ka'asher, so prepositional chaf, asher, the pronoun relative, they're translating as like that, I would say. Tziv'a, right? And this is to command, tzadek vav hey, in the perfect, and they're saying in the PL imperfect, perfect, yeah. Tziva, as opposed to tzava, right? Oto, direct object marker, third person masculine singular, oto, Elokim, right? So we are talking the name of God, the Shem Elokut. Vayiskor Havaya Ba'ado, which is interesting. So conjunctive vav, Yeskor, so the root is Samech Gimel Resh, meaning to close, right? And although it's in the imperfect, the vav is flipping it. So, and closed, right? So it's in the imperfect, but it becomes perfect because of the vav, right? And closed, Havaya, the tetragrammaton. So we're switching names of God. Ba'ado. So that's the prepositional bet. Ado means for him. Ba'ado, I'm not sure you can split that apart. Ba'ado is something that's used for someone, right? Ba'ado. So God closed for him. So, right, I'm guessing there are lots of midrashim on that. God, what exactly it means that Havaya, that the tetragrammaton closed for him. Let's see what King James says, verse 16. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. Okay, let's see, verse 16 NIV. The animals going in were male and female of every living thing, as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord shut him in. Okay, verse 16. And those who came, male and female of all flesh came, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. Let's read the Rashis if you don't mind. And the Lord shut him in, he protected him. That comes from the Targum Onkelos. That they should not break it. He surrounded the ark with bears and lions, and they killed some of them. I guess this is referring to the people who might have wanted to come in. The simple meaning of the verse is that he closed the ark in front of him against the water. Likewise, every ba'ad, right? So, like I said, ba'ado is an expression of in front of. So, Bereshit 20:18, in front of every womb, ba'ad kol rechem. In 2 Kings, ba'adech, in front of you, uva'ad binech, and of your sons, right? Um, Skin in front of skin. Let's see, in Yov 2:4, or ba'ad bor, or ba'ad or, leather in front of leather, skin in front of skin. Or in Shmuel Aleph, for Samuel 12:19, hitpalel ba'ad abdecha. So no, sorry, magen ba'adi, right? So a shield in front of me. No, that's from Psalms. Shmuel hitpalel ba'ad abdab, to pray uh, for your servant, meaning in front of your servants. Keneged abdecha. Okay, and you can look there. So he's explaining what it means ba'ado, right? Okay, verse 17. Vayehi hamabul arba'im yom al haaretz, vayirbu hamayim vayis'u et hateva, vetaram ma'al haaretz. Okay, so Vayehi we've had many times, and it came to pass, and it was. Ha-mabul, so article, mabul, written with the vav, blood, arbaim, 40, yom, written with the vav completely, day, it's day, al ha'adama, the preposition is with the ayin, ha'aretz, the earth, va'yirbu, so conjunctive vav, yud, telling you that it's in the imperfect, Rabat, right, to become great, Vayirbu, became great, because the Vav translates it, Vayirbu Hamayim, and the waters became great, Vayisu. So it's in the plural because we're talking about the waters, Vayisu, and so it's in the imperfect, but it gets flipped with the Vav, and raised, right? Like we spoke before, sin aleph. I would actually say it's nun sin aleph. The root is to raise. Vayisu et. So direct object marker. Ha teva, article, the ark. Vataram. So conjunctive vav. Taram, I guess the root is hey resh mem. No, they're saying it's resh vav mem is the root. Taram. So if the root is resh vav mem, that should be behuf al. But they're saying in the kal. I'm going to have to agree with the concordance. The root is resh vav mem, to raise, or resh yud mem. Here they have to raise, to exalt. Yeah, the first root, I would say, the first radical is resh. And vataram, and cause, yeah. Imperfect. Okay, so yeah, they're also, because it's in the imperfect, that tough is actually part of the imperfect conjugation. Vataram, and caused to be, right, and was raised. Yeah. Okay, I think we all agree. I was misreading it earlier. That tough is part of, yeah, it's feminine singular. The teva is feminine singular, so it's vataram, and was raised, right? Was a ma'al, so prepositional mem, al is the preposition with the ayin, haaretz, the land, and it was raised above the land, and the ark was raised above the land. Verse 17 at King James, and the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lift up above the earth. Okay, NIV, for 40 days the flood kept coming on the earth, and as the waters increased, they lifted the ark high above the earth. Okay, let's see what Chabad says. Now the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and they lifted the ark, and it rose off the earth. Right. And there's a Rashi you can see. Okay. Verse 18. Vayigbaru hamayim vayirbu me'od al haaretz vatelech hateva al panei hamayim. Okay. So conjunctive vav yigbaru. So the root here is gimel bet resh, right? So like we said of the giborim, the champions, the mighty ones, right? Vayigbaru, and became mighty. They're translating as prevailed, right? So it's in the imperfect, but because of the vav before it, it's turning into the perfect and got stronger. I would say the hamayim, the waters, right? Hamayim vayirbu. So again, conjunctive vav. Imperfect because of the yud, resh, bet, hey, I would say is the root, to become great, vayirbu, and increased, me'od, we've had that before, very much, right? Al is the preposition with the ayin, haaretz, article and land, vatalech, right? So conjunctive vav, and this is halacha, v'hitalech, right? We've had hey, lamed, chaf. We oftentimes have been having it in the hitpa'el, but this is not in the hitpa'el. This is in, they're saying it's in the kal, which I guess is right. So it's the kal imperfect. So the actual tough there is feminine singular, right? And the hay has absconded. Vatelech, right? And moved about. It is. Ha-teva, the ark. Al is the preposition with the ayin. Penei ha'adama. So face of hamayim, sorry. Penei ha'mayim. The face of the waters, right? And actually, yeah. Hamayim, right? Yeah. Face of the, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's see here, verse 18, King James. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the earth, of the waters. Okay, let's see, verse 18, NIV. The waters rose and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. Yeah, I prefer that. Let's see what Chabad does with verse 18. And the waters became powerful, and they increased very much upon the earth, and the ark moved upon the waters. Yeah. Okay, verse 19. V'hamayim gavru me'od me'od al haaretz, v'yechusu kol heharim ha-gevohim asher tachat kol hashamayim. Very interesting. Okay. So, conjunctive vav, article hey, mayim, waters, gavru. So again, at the same root, gimel bet resh, but here in the perfect kal of the third person collective plural, they're saying, common plural, right, on the masculine plural. Gavru, and the waters became very strong, right? Me'od, me'od, right? So very much, right? The repetition in the Hebrew. Al is the preposition with the ayin. Haaretz, the earth. Vayechusu, right? So the root here, I would say, is chaf sin hey, to cover, right? So conjunctive vav, and this is in the pual. which is the a verb pual is in the causative. We don't get pual very often. Let me see. Hebrew for Christians. We had the pual. Right. So the pual is the intensive passive. Right. Not the causative. Right. Yeah. Intensive passive. As opposed to the nifal, which is the simple passive. This is the pual, which is the intensive passive. Okay. Vayahusu, and it's in the imperfect, but it's getting flipped because of the vav. Vayahusu, and were covered, intensively were covered. Right? Vayahusu, kol, all of, he harim. So the first he is part of the article. Har meaning mountain, right? Harim meaning mountains. He harim, the mountains. Ha gevohim. Gevoha, gimel bet he, means height, right? Ha gevohim meaning the ones that were high, the very tall mountains. Ha gevohim. Asher, pronoun relative. Tachat, meaning under. We've had tachat before. Kol hashamayim, all of the heavens, right? Kol hashamayim, which were under all of the earth, heavens. Let's see what King James does with verse 19. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. Yeah. Verse 19, NIV, they rose greatly on the earth, and all the high mountains under the entire heavens were covered. Okay. Chabad, verse 19, and the waters became exceedingly powerful upon the earth, and all the lofty mountains that were under the heavens were covered up. Okay. Verse 20. Chamesh esre ama milamala gavru hamayim vayechusu heharim. Interesting. Okay, so chamesh esre, chamesh means 5, eser is 10, chamesh esre is 15, amma is the cubit, milamala, so the mem is prepositional mem, lamed is from is the prepositional lamed, ma'ala, right? So is the adverb upward, from milamala, from above, right? Gavru, so again the same root to strengthen, gimel bet resh, gavru, became strong. Ha mayim, so article and then mayim is the waters. Vayechusu, and like we had yechased, to verb pual, to be covered before. Vayechusu heharim, and the mountains were covered. Let's look at King James, verse 20. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the waters were covered. Okay. Verse 20 in the NIV. The waters rose and covered the mountains to a depth of more than 15 feet, cubits. Okay. A and B. That is about 23 feet, or about 6.8 meters, or rose more than 15 feet and 15 cubits, and the mountains were covered. Yeah, I prefer that one, but let's see, Chabad. 15 cubits above did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered up. And you can see the Rashi there if you like. Verse 21. Vayigva kol basar haromes al haaretz ba'of uva behema uva chaya Uvechol hasheretz hashoretz al haaretz v'chol ha'adam. Okay. So conjunctive vav yigva. So it's in the imperfect, and the root gimel vav ayin we've had before, to die, to kind of give up the ghost. It's a different verb, to die, than what we usually have, mem vav tet. And died, kol basar, all flesh, haromes. So the article, and romes, meaning to move about, right? It's a little bit, yeah, we've had remes haromeset, right, before, to crawl. Al is the preposition with the ayin, not aleph. Haaretz, article, and then land. Ba'of, so prepositional bet with the article ba'of, of. I would actually translate the prepositional bet as of here. Ba'of, of the birds. Uva behema. So conjunctive vav, again, prepositional bet with the article behema, meaning livestock. Uva chaya, conjunctive vav again, bet with prepositional bet with the article chaya, right? I've been translating it as animals, beasts. Uvachol, so conjunctive vav, prepositional bet, chol meaning all. Uvachol hasheretz hashoretz, right? So we've had remes haromes, and we've sheretz hashoretz, right? And I guess creeping. So sheretz and sheretz and remes are slightly different, right? And actually, I believe we usually translate sheretz as not creeping thing, but swarming thing. Yeah, I would translate that as sheretz as swarming. We'll see how the translations do it. Here they're saying creeping, and of course you have you have your conjunction. You can concordance you can use. Sheretz hashoretz, the swarming swarms, right? Al is the preposition with the ayin, not aleph. Haaretz, the land, with the article. V'chol ha'adam, and conjunctive vav, chol meaning all of. Ha is the article. Adam, on all man, right? And the only thing that's slightly different there is there's no bet. There's no prepositional bet there, which makes me wonder why with man it's slightly different. Let's see what the translations do. King James, verse 21, and all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beast, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. Yeah, so I like how they use that of to indicate the bet, the prepositional bet. Let's see what NIV does, verse 21. Every living thing that moved on land perished, birds, livestock, wild animals, and all the creatures that swarm over the earth, and all mankind. They didn't do what the King James did, and I prefer that, but they did use swarm, which I prefer also. Let's see what Chabad does. Verse 21, and all flesh perished that moved upon the earth, among the fowl, and among the cattle, and among the beasts, and among all creeping creatures that creep upon the earth, and all mankind. So I like the amongs here. They're using creeping for sheretz. And yeah, see, I would use creep for remes, and I would use swarm for sheretz. But Yeah, and I like among. I think that's a good way of doing the bet. Okay. Kol asher nishmat ruach chayim ba'apav, mikol asher b'charba metu. Very interesting. Okay. So, kol meaning everything. Asher is the pronoun relative. Nishmat ruach chayim. So this is one big construct form. Neshama, right, is one of the ways we say soul or breath. And the hey turns into a taf because it is in the construct form. Ruach, right? We've also had spirit, right? So ruach, and then chayim being life. So breath of the spirit of life. Be'apav, in its nostrils, right? So prepositional bet, up, af means nostril, apav, its nostrils, right? Me call, so prepositional mem, call all of asher, pronoun relative, becharba, so prepositional bet, they're saying that it has the article, which I find slightly strange because that is a segol there. It's not a shva. Might be because the het is guttural. That the segol that there's a segol. I'm not sure if I agree that there's an article there. I would think bacharba would be with the article. So cherev, chet resh bet, actually can be means sword. The root there is sword, but they're saying dry land shows up a total of 8 times. I highly recommend using your concordance there and looking at the other places because this isn't dry land like we had before. We said Yabasha, right? This is Haraba. So it's a different form of saying dry land. Metu, and this died is a different verb to die, right? Slightly different than gava, which we used before. Metu, and they died, right? Everything that was in the haraba died. Let's see what King James does with verse 22. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life of all that was in the dry land died. Okay. NIV, everything on dry land that had the breath of life in its nostrils died. Okay? Let's see, Chabad, everything that had the breath of the spirit of life in its nostrils, of all that were on the dry land, died. And Rashi apparently says not the fish, based on the Talmud. And you can look at the Rashis there if you like. Let's keep on going. Verse 23. Vayimach et kol hayekum asher al pnei ha'adama me'adam ad behema ad remes va'ad of hashamayim vayimachu min haaretz vayishaer ach Noach va'asher ito bateva. Okay. So conjunctive vav. We've had meche before, so this is in the imperfect, but it's being flipped by the vav, and the root of to destroy. The et is the direct object marker, kol meaning all, hayekum. So this is the same noun that we had before when we spoke about towards the beginning. Which verse was that in? Um, it's it's uh, where was Vayikum? Yeah, Hayekum. Et Kol Hayekum. So in verse 4, we also said Et Kol Hayekum. And here, we're just repeating again from verse 4. Et Kol Hay, right? So verse 4, sorry, we said, verse 4, Kol layamim od shiva anochi mamtir al haaretz arbaim yom v'arbaim laila umachiti, right? So meche again, et kol hayikum asher asiti mal pnei hadama, right? So similar construction to verse 23, vayimach et kol hayikum asher al pnei hadama, right? So very similar construction. All that was established and was destroyed, all that that had been established, or all living things that are in asher. So pronoun relative. Al is the preposition with the ayin. Penei, face. Ha'adama, face of the land. Me adam. So prepositional mem. Adam meaning man. Ad. So this is the preposition unto, right? Until, from man to livestock, behema, ad remes, to the creeping things, ve'ad, so conjunctive vav, and then the preposition ad again, of, bird, written with the vav, hashamayim, of the heavens, right, with the article hashamayim, vayimachu, right, so again, conjunctive vav, this is, and were destroyed, nifal, consecutive imperfect, yimachu, nifal being in the passive, right, was it in, vayimach was in the kal, Vayimachu is in the nifal, in the passive, right? So destroyed was, so here it's saying so he destroyed Vayimach, right? And he destroyed, and here Vayimachu, and were destroyed, right? They were caught. It's in the passive Vayimachu. Min. So from preposition haaretz, the land, vayishaer, so conjunctive vav, the yud is telling you it's in the imperfect. Yishaer, so this is nifal of left. Shin, aleph, resh is the root. It nishar, to be left, right, to remain, and ach means only, right? Ach, Noah was left. Va'asher ito, and that, so conjunctive vav, asher pronoun relative, ito the direct object marker with the vav making a third person masculine singular with him, ba teva. So prepositional bet with the article teva in the ark, right? So let's see what verse 23. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth, and Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. Okay, not a huge fan. Every living thing on the earth, on the face of the earth, was wiped out. people and animals and the creatures that move along the ground and the birds were wiped from the earth. Only Noah was left and those with him in the ark. Okay? Chabad verse. Sorry, we went all the way back. So let's go verse 23. And it blotted out all the beings that were upon the face of the earth, from man to animal to creeping thing and to the fowls of the heavens, and they were blotted out from the earth, and only Noah and those with him in the ark survived. Yeah, I prefer that. There are Rashis here which you can look at, which actually do talk about the the verbs. I mean, yeah. Let's go ahead and read it. And it blotted out vayimach, right? So Hebrew vayimach is in the vayifal form, right? That's the active voice. So and not in the vayipael, right? Vayimach. So vayimachu is in the yipael, in the passive, right? In the nifal, right? And the vayimach is in the pal, right? And this is of the form of vayifen, he turned. Vayiven, he built, right? Every verb whose root ends with the hey, right? Keep on telling you, the hey absconds. Bana, to build, macha, to erase, kana, to acquire. When you prefix it with vav and yud, it is vocalized with a chirik under the yud, right? So he's explaining that grammar that we've been going through, which so you can see it there, and that's one of the reasons I love Rashi. Okay, verse 24, and this is the last verse of this chapter. Vayigbaru hamayim al haaretz chamishim u'ma'at yom. Okay, so conjunctive vav, the yud telling you that it's in the imperfect. The root is gimel bet resh, they're translating prevail, to strengthen, vayigbaru. So it's in the imperfect, but the vav turns it into the perfect, into the completed, and strengthened hamayim, right? The waters. Al is the preposition with the ayin. Haaretz, the land. Chamishim, chamesh is 5. Chamishim is 50. U'ma'at, so conjunctive vav, mea is 100, but here it is in the smichut, it's in the construct form. So the hey turns into a taf. Yom being days, written with the vav. And the water strengthened for 150 days. Let's see what King James does with that. And the waters prevailed upon the earth and 150 days. Okay. NIV, the waters flooded the earth for 150 days. And Chabad, and the water prevailed upon the earth 150 days. Very similar. Hopefully this has been a blessing for you. And as this verse, which I keep on referring to, which really has been the inspiration for this, Ki az epoch el ha'amim safa berra likro cholam b'shem havaya le'odo shechem echad. And so I will invert or restore or turn over to the people, right? The peoples, the nations. Safa berura, a clear language. Likro, to call. Chulam, all of them. Beshem Havaya, in the name of the Tetragrammaton of Hashem. Le'ovdo, to serve him. Shchem Echad, with one shoulder, with one accord, together. Hope this has been a blessing to you. It has certainly been a blessing to me. And I look forward to any comments you may decide to leave. Shalom.